What are you sipping, Nick?
You want some?
You said it's Jewish wine?
So this right here, what I'm sipping on, I'm glad you asked me, Patrick.
I remember.
What I'm sipping on right here is a Jewish wine. It is what some would call, or what the Jewish call, kosher. Now, it literally says this.
Oh, really?
It literally says kosher. It literally says kosher across the bottom of this bottle. Now I'm in the Kroger. I'm walking around trying to find me a nice bottle of wine for a Friday night podcast.
For sure.
I come across the Barefoot, as always. We've all got drunk on a bottle of Barefoot at one point of our lives, right?
Once. It's not the greatest.
It's
not
terrible.
the greatest, but I got the grape kind. I've got the grape kind before. It was pretty good, but this time I wasn't feeling it.
Nick, aren't all wines grape?
No. Some are very...
I believe so.
No. Patrick, taste that right now. Hold on.
Jewish
Silence.
did not use grapes in this?
Before you taste, let me explain this. So I'm walking around. Hold on. Let me explain this. So I'm walking around. This is pretty cool. I'm walking around. I'm looking for a fucking wine, and I'm trying. I always tell myself, I say, if I see a fucking wine with a grape on it, it's one. You can't find one with a grape on it.
Why? They all have what?
No. None have grapes on them, dude. What the fuck? Dude, when I'm looking for listen to me.
Why does this matter?
It's like a bread company putting a picture of bread.
No, we having wheat on every single bread.
Listen to me. When I'm looking for a bottle of wine, I am Christopher Columbus searching for America. I am looking for the best and nothing but the best. Okay.
Instead, he found Indians and had to grab some Barefoot.
So instead, he found Jewish people making wine, and now it's culture or kosher.
That's besides the point. Don't taste it yet.
I'm smelling. Sorry.
So I finally walk and I see a bottle, right? And it's not in the shape of a wine bottle. It's in the shape of like, you go to a fucking macaroni grill and they're pouring that oil on your plate.
Yeah.
You know how the shape of that bottle is?
Okay.
That was the shape of this, right? And so it was a screw off top, and I'm like, what is this?
What?
On there is some Jewish writing from Jesus Christ himself. So that's when I said to myself,
this is the one.
The great Muhammad has called upon me to pick this wine.
This dude mixed 3 different religions.
This is what they find in church. This is what they give you to drink in church
this
with
wine.
bread.
Now listen, I grabbed it and I looked around the store for a little bit and I went, I kind of want to taste it before I get out of here.
No.
So I kind of like went, and then I thought about it and I went, no, fuck it, I'll do it in the parking lot. So I bought it $8, whatever. Right? I had some Jewish. It said 11% alcohol on it. So I take it out to the back of the car. I fucking open it. I take a sip of this shit, and immediately I that's a Raven when she gets a vision. She goes zoom. I fucking zone out, and I get a flashback to Arlington, Texas. This church we used to go to. It was the back of it had a big ass castle.
Where's this going?
And in the they would always give you the bread and the wine to drink.
You mean
at
the wafer?
Church,
At church? The little wafer.
The little wafers and a little bottle like this, or a little cup of that, and you would drink it. And that is exactly what this fucking tastes like.
Really?
But this has 11% alcohol.
Now, Patrick, with all your church experience,
now,
confirm
Patrick,
this.
grab this cup, and taste the almighty blood of our Lord and Savior.
So Jesus Christ.
Muhammad is from Jews.
Which is not.
No, Muhammad is not Jewish.
Woo! Go ahead.
That is fucking terrible.
What?
That's something a girl would drink. I'm sorry. Nick.
What the fuck?
The amount of sugar in that.
You are basically insulting our good Lord and
does
Savior.
it taste?
Down it with IPA.
You
But
wanna
does
taste
it?
it?
Does it taste like it? That's the question.
It tastes like juice. I mean,
What, juice
Now
or
listen.
juice?
The reason why I asked is because is that what they've been giving us?
No, they give you like fucking juice.
No, I was just saying because if it tastes like that, that'd be very funny if that's what they've really.
No,
been
so
giving
you
us
look
in
it
church.
up and it says the wine that it gets guzzled down at the dinner table, but leaves you a hard headache in the morning.
Huh?
Because motherfuckers sip on it because it's so good. They think it's like it tastes like juice. Before you know it, you're fucked up. As some Jewish motherfuckers do, they be drinking that wine all night, son. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about the other day. You're watching Game of Thrones, and every time they eat, they drink with wine. They never have water.
Never water. These motherfuckers
They
dehydrated.
always have wine.
Out here starting
Could
wars.
you imagine it being 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the woods? Your balls are just dripping sweat, and you're eating chicken, and the only thing you have to drink is wine out of a wooden cup.
gangster.
You getting
I'm with it.
Splinter ass cup.
happened to me. I ended up getting in trouble for this shit, right? Probation, year. Had to take fucking anger management class, right? Oh my God, I'm so glad I brought this up. Let's talk about this, right? So I took anger management class because I had to, right?
AP or no?
AP, what do you mean?
Like school, like AP classes.
Oh no,
I'm sorry.
that wasn't funny. no, fuck with you. But no, so I had to take anger management, right? And my situation was I got into altercation with someone on the road. That's basically it, right? And fucking person went to the cops, blah blah blah. So now I'm in fucking probation or in anger management class. And you think your life is so hard, or you think that the situation that you had was like stupid, until you listen to these motherfuckers in there, man. Oh my God. Man, one of the motherfuckers was Mexican, barely showed up to class, was always trying to be the center of attention. He shows up in class one day, right? He's just sitting there like this with his arms down. He's usually loud as fuck, so the teacher goes, "What's wrong?" to him. What's wrong? Whatever. We're like a big group, so we all have to talk to each other about our homework, right? Our homework is a packet that we do, and then we go to class, and then we go throughout the whole class, and we talk about the packet, give each other advice, whatever, right? Just what am I trying to say? Constructive criticism.
Okay.
And dude's sitting there with his arms crossed, right? The teacher goes, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Man, I got home from work yesterday. I walk in my house, see my baby, my newborn. My fucking girl was fucking someone else, man." Starts bawling, crying, and I'm like, everybody else is like,
"Damn,
fuck," like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're all like, everyone's like, "Damn, man, that sucks," whatever. He's like, he gets up and goes, "I try my best, teacher. I try my best not to beat the shit out of that motherfucker." And everybody's like,
did you do it?"
He's like, dude. He's like, and the teacher's like, and that's when everybody gets into like woo sawing his ass, right? Calm down. One motherfucker goes,
So there's this girl in there. She turns 18 while she's in there, and there's this one kid, Trey, he was 16. He had about 5 teeth left, and Trey was a whole mess.
wait, where are you at right now?
Inside the rehab.
Okay.
So it was outpatient, meaning
Okay.
like you went 3 times a week for like 3 hours each time you went.
Okay.
Drug test every time.
Right.
Anyways, there was this one girl who was in there who was 18. She was an inpatient. Trey was an inpatient before outpatient, and he said, this is me at just turned 17, by the way.
Okay.
And he's telling me that there's this girl in there. He tells me the whole story about her, and I don't see her till probably like a month later. And I'm like, Trey's at the girl, and I see her. I ask him the story again. He tells me that she only has a week left at the moment that I saw her. So actually, it was like 2 weeks after I heard this story. And what Trey told me is that girl was on bath salts, every drug you think of plus bath salts, and she snapped.
Are bath salts actually bath salts?
It's an amphetamine.
Okay.
So it's just like something that just like, it's like crack almost kind of, but like a stronger high.
Right.
And then like kind of more energetic. Anyways, this chick like cracked, like her brain broke. And so she's in this bitch for like a long time. This one girl comes in for like some weed and Xans or some shit. The bath salts girl literally thought the Xans girl was her dog. Like literally thought that. And so, I'm sorry, I told the story backwards. She comes in, the other girl was already there,
right.
The normal girl. She only has like 2 weeks left. So she comes in, thinks that this girl that's already there is her dog. She has a contract that she has to stay there for 6 months. The judge is like, yeah, you can leave and go somewhere else, and like, but you have to start your 6 months over. And she's like, I don't want to do that. She's like, well then, this other girl will not stop screaming unless you like sleep next to her. So she had to sleep on the ground next to this girl and like wake up in the middle of the night.
Psycho?
Yeah, the other girl was.
What's she doing there? She put her in a fucking psych ward.
She would literally wake up and like pet this bitch like on the ground and be like, "Ha, puppy," like you know, and, like she would not leave the room without her dog. And this girl's a standing up human, you know, like.
But she thinks she's a dog?
She thinks she's a literal dog.
There's a person on TikTok that thinks that they're a dog. They wear knee
No,
pads.
she
and
thinks
shit.
the other girl is a dog. She doesn't think she's
Oh.
a dog. She thinks this girl. She gets into
Oh,
rehab.
so you're telling me
she
this-
gets into rehab. There's
Yeah.
this roommate. She's like, "Oh my god, my dog." And
So
she's
you're-
a normal fucking
hold on,
human.
hold on.
And the judge is like,
Hold on.
The judge.
Hold on. So you're telling me that this girl walks into somewhere, sees a human being,
Yep.
and thinks that it's their dog.
To the point where they literally would not stop screaming.
Yeah.
And
Because he thought it was the dog.
the
so
teachers
why
are
is it
like,
obeying me?
the teachers are like, I'm sorry, but like, you can either start your 6 months over, or you can literally act like a dog for the next 2 weeks, and we'll just be like,
What the fuck?
extra nice to you.
You
But,
know how pissed I'd be?
oh, bro, I'd be so mad.
I mean, motherfucker, better get my mama this shit for free. I'm gonna fucking act like a dog. I'm gonna walk around on my hands and knees and let this fucking white woman.
The way I saw her was because she was. The way I knew it was those two girls is because she was walking. Normal girl was walking in front of crackhead, and she was holding her by her ponytail. And they were just walking. This was for their recess, like 30 minutes. But
Recess?
yeah,
Where
that
you
shit-
at?
Some fucking drug rehab.
So what's going on, Cole? So we about to go World War III. All
right,
I get
so-
drafted, I have to go fight
So
some
a
dude?
couple days ago, this man Trump on January 1st said Happy New Year to the Iranian military, because what happened is the U.S. embassy in Iran got stormed by large militias, and pretty crazy. They stormed the fuck out of the embassy, and 0 Americans died, and they flew 4,000 troops over as a response to clear that out. Then the next day, without congressional approval, so to commit an assassination against someone that's important, you have to have congressional approval. And it's not public Congress hearings, it's private Congress hearings, because you're going to fucking assassinate somebody. But all the congressmen have came out and said they did not get any type of papers approval, any types of no's, yes on this decision. And the next day, this man Trump flew over with some bombers and bombed the living fuck out of them. And the person that he killed would be equivalent to our Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. He is the guy who probably ordered. He's probably the guy who ordered the drone attack in the first place. So our Secretary of State killed their Secretary of State, and that's like, I mean, if you could only imagine another country killing someone that high up in America, we would flatten their entire country.
Yeah, we would basically go to, that word, WAR.
Yeah, we would.
So let me ask you this: do they have planes out there?
What?
They have planes out there?
Got planes everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
No, in Iran,
yeah.
like they have their own like battleships.
They buy their planes and weaponry
So could they come
from.
over here and fuck us up?
They buy their weaponry
They don't make it.
from the companies that sell the United States arms. So like, we're literally fighting a war where we have this year's technology and they have 3 years technology to go, and we're literally like, cause think about it. Say you make a gun
That's what I'm saying.
and you give it to the military, and then like 2 years later you come out with a new gun, and this dude is like, oh, I'm gonna use the new gun, so I'm gonna throw away this old gun. Well, the U.S. military, having millions of guns, aren't just gonna let them sit there. They sell them to regimes all over the world, and that's why every time like we come out with a new weapon, they get it like 2 or 3 years later. It's
Much, I mean, that's
So but if they wanted to come over here in an airplane, they couldn't
Business.
fuck us up, right? Because
we have missile defense systems that could fuck up anything.
Dude, like we had like a fortress around us.
Yeah, no, like every
solid.
single coastline in America has like anti-ballistic
Like,
missiles.
You won't even make it in this.
No, not even close.
That's so G,
that's
dude.
kind of.
I know. That's
How
pretty,
G is America?
That's
I mean,
We're gonna
shit,
bomb
we're-
your fucking shit.
we're
blow
so
your
s-
motherfucking
You
guy
can't
up,
get close.
and you can't even come over here. Don't even look at. Don't even fucking look at me, dude.
Stay over there.
I mean, shit. Like, we're so serious that, I mean, we're that good on our defense. No one can get our shit, and we still have Trump starting the Space Force. And whenever the person who is now the head of the Space Force came out, they said, "What is the purpose of the Space Force?" And he said, "To protect us from above." That's his exact quote. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Who the fuck's above us? You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, it's crazy that that's how committed we are to defense.
So would you say that we're
Yeah.
like the top people like in the world that you can't fuck with us?
For sure. Us, Great Britain, Russia, China.
I mean, if you think about
China,
it,
really though?
Bro.
Okay.
Oh yeah, bro.
You know, okay, so the
I always thought of China as like a third world country.
no, so the crazy thing about China is China's
Wrong?
China's got as much money as we do, in a different way. The thing about China is China has I think they said like 5 to like, I don't know if this number, it was like 5 to 10, it was somewhere number around there, 5 to 10 times the amount of hackers employed by the military than the U.S. government has. So what they do, the way that they get most of their weapon systems is they don't have any ins with our governments, like weapons sellers. So what they do is they pretty much use hackers to go and steal information, and they go give it to whoever's the lowest bidder, and they say, who can we pay the least amount of money to recreate said weaponry or technology? And they go and create their own shit. I mean, that's why the U.S. military has already came out with like Iron Man suits, like real Iron Man suits that fly. They shoot fucking plasma.
It's just like, you don't fuck with me. I'll fucking hop my Iron Man suit, go up fucking 50 feet in the air, and shoot you in the fucking head.
360 shoot you in the head.
It's like, it's not like, I'll no scope,
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Like, doesn't that just make you want to go to Iran, slap someone, and go, and then run off back into America?
Damn, bro.
Dude, let's
Jetpack in.
Let's get in a
jetpack out.
helicopter right now. Go to Iran, land somewhere random, slap the shit out of one of the dudes out there,
Pull off in the copter.
and then go America and just get in the fucking thing. And just, I always hear white people go America, America. And I'm always like, shut up. But now I'm really thinking about it.
Where the shit?
It's like America, dude.
Like, where the shit,
Like,
bro?
who wants to get fucking shot today? Who wants to fucking get blown up today?
Well, all right.
Try America.
Well, I mean, that's crazy. You've never heard of America being invaded.
That shit ain't finna happen either.
Red Dawn.
I'm proud to be in the country of the best defense.
What about Red Dawn?
That movie's crazy.
But that's the thing, though. You've always seen movies and video games and shit that have always talked about America being invaded, but we've never been invaded in real life.
Yeah, but Red Dawn is actually possible because the United States has a absolutely awful power grid. And if you could figure out, which I'm very sure people have figured out how to do, if you could figure out how to shut down America's power grid, like what the fuck am I gonna do?
It's a suicide mission.
Like I can't call you. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like,
right?
it's a straight up an EMP, but you can even do worse. You can literally turn off the power grid. If the sun had a solar flare too big, our power grid would go down, and we would instantly go from a society to hunter gatherers. Like straight up, like no one, like you could.
Hunter gatherer.
I'm not even joking though. Like you'd literally go to warrior. Like people would end up being like warriors and shit because like. I mean, think about it, the power grid's gone. Like, there's no direct deposit.
Like when the credit card system goes down at a restaurant, shit goes to shit.
Exactly.
Just pop my mind. What if our technology and everything we done, like in the past time, is all advanced except for our clothing? It's like, what if we were still sitting here in like fucking like cow's skin and shit, like covering our body, but doing the podcast?